the review sections of
Yeah,
our. But we're gonna have some mini reviews, which is I'm
yeah, we
kind of
have some
looking
mini
forward
reviews
to.
today. Yeah, this is something different here we're doing.
Yeah,
The first one up is the Foodlossalla
yeah,
uh,
Foodlosslla.
sh- short review, which is the Takashi Yamazaki short that he did. It's a little kaiju short that was a commercial for Ajinomoto seasoning. It's a umami seasoning, but it's also a sort of food waste awareness ad as well.
Yeah,
It's
so
like
yeah, it was very heavy on the like produce. Like, don't let your produce go bad. Like, use some spices to make. If you're not into eating like all your vegetables and stuff, use spices to like flavor
yeah,
it up. But
yeah.
it was like really cool how they did it.
It was really well animated. What was cool about this short is that after it was done, we'll post the link because there is one where it's just the commercial, but the one that was mostly going around was one where it was the commercial, and then after the whole commercial short, they did a whole little quick making of thing, and the whole thing is subtitled, which is very rare to see come out of Japanese commercials from Japan. But I guess because Takashi Yamazaki is just killing it with -1, they're like,
Yeah.
let's subtitle this one so that we know it's gonna do well overseas. So it was a really cool short. Like we said, we mentioned the vegetables. We see they shot it on a studio lot, and the extras that they have like running in the crowds from the monster, like we're running by buses, and they had guys on top of the buses with like laundry baskets of like vegetables, and we're just throwing them off the bus at the extras as they ran by to make it look like food's falling from the sky on them. Really cool. Very well done. They had a little ultra manish team in the episode
Yeah, it was
in
cool. Like
the
they had like
short.
three team members.
Yeah, and then like the orange science patrol style uniform with the helmet and the exaggerated sci-fi.
And then they all hold up their little spice box or whatever they
Yeah,
have
yeah.
in their hand.
And then they
Um,
change into like an apron too.
yes.
Like the outfit now has like an apron on.
Yeah.
But it was really cool. The kaiju design's actually a really interesting design. It's comprised of all this food. It's the Foodlossalla monster. It's just attacking the city, but it's just like more like kind of sad. You see it cry because it's like all this food's being wasted. And it's kind of like just shamed on the people, and the team just tries to shoot it after the whole little news report, people running crazy. The guns don't have any effect, and that's when Dan said like they pull out the spices. Like this will be the way to stop the Foodlossalla monster. And yeah, that's how it ends. Really, it's a
Yeah.
really quick watch.
Yeah,
I think
I mean, it's a commercial. It's like 30
it's like
seconds.
yeah, it's like 50 seconds at most.
Yeah.
Uh,
One of the things I liked about it was you could really like it really just tells like the direction because it wasn't just like a cheesy commercial. Like the actual effects were really good for the budget,
yeah,
and then kind of the way they when they do like the beam shot from the team, like it like follows the team. It like goes through the beams. It's like it was a really interesting shot how they did it, and I know obviously it's really worth seeing, but it just made me
there's a
want to
lot
watch
of
an actual like tokusatsu or Ultraman. Really, I want an Ultraman episode directed by
yeah,
him, or like a
yeah,
series where he's like lead producer or something,
yeah.
where it's
His,
like his vision on screen
yeah,
for a whole
for,
season.
for for a commercial for a seasoning company, there was a lot of production put into this,
Yeah,
and
it looked like it was probably like a 4 or 5 day shoot, and then plus all the after
yeah,
post production on it was probably
yeah.
crazy. The amount of post production on this
But
commercial.
like you said, they got some quality shots in this. It was a damn good looking commercial. I mean,
Yeah,
it would be like Super Bowl caliber here in the States, honestly.
yeah, yeah.
And
No, I thought it was on board with that. Obviously, the company that's advertising is not going to be like a Super Bowl level,
yeah,
but like the concept and the design and everything, yes, it's definitely a
yeah,
Super Bowl quality commercial. And the guy just won an Oscar. I mean, obviously they didn't know that going into
yeah,
him directing the commercial, but he had won a
yeah.
bunch of
No,
Japanese Academy Awards as well. So they probably knew they
yeah,
had a hit on their hands to make a big deal out of it.
yeah. No, no, absolutely, and just the just like I said, just the whole message behind it too. It's just not like it's just not a season commercial. There's actually like a meaningful message behind it.
Yeah.
They talk about the millions of pounds of food waste that happens yearly.
Yeah, food waste is really...
And it's pretty crazy. It's pretty eye opening. Although the monster looks a bit goofy, it is quite symbolic of the amount of food that gets wasted. I mean, that monster is pretty much the size of a pile of what gets wasted yearly, which is pretty disturbing, honestly.
Probably just for that city, honestly.
Yeah. I wouldn't be surprised. And if you really do dig the monster, and if you happen to be somebody who has a 3D printer, we've shared out their stuff on our Instagram. We're on Instagram, not on Twitter. We are pretty active on Instagram. I'd say Twitter and Instagram are usually our active accounts, but we have shared out this 3D printer, 3D artist. He prints some sculpts of different kaiju. Sometimes he did a really nice -1 diorama set of the theater. His name is Kamen Rider Silver. Makes some great stuff. He did some Gargantua figures, but he actually has the file for the Foodlossalla figure, if you would like, on his Thingiverse account. We'll link that down below for this. But check out Kamen Rider Silver on Thingiverse and Etsy as well, and even Instagram. Pretty easy name to remember, Kamen Rider Silver. He's got some really nice looking figures. He's done a Gabra set, Gamera, the Rebirth Baby Gamera set, like I said, the Gargantuas. Sometimes he does painted figures. I was recently just saying I really wish he would do more painted figures. I'm like, I really want the Gargantua set. He's like, if you really want, just give me a shot. I could give you a price and I could do that for you. Because I'm like, sometimes, I don't feel comfortable painting. Like,
yeah, no.
I just don't. I'm just scared to mess it up. Like, I'm like, now I just paid for this thing. I'm gonna paint it and do a bad job. I'm not a great painter when it comes to things like that, or I don't want it to bubble on me. So he did offer to do that. So if there's anything you ever want, I mean, feel free to ask him. It doesn't hurt. He might be able to do it for you. And he's got quite a vast array of different figures, dioramas, and stuff. There was somebody on a Facebook group looking to get a diorama set for the -1 figure, and I sent it to him, and they were like, "Oh my god, this is perfect." So yeah, check out Kamen Rider Silver if you want to see Foodlossalla's figure printed and you have a 3D printer. Go for it. It's free. And like I said, if you have not seen this short yet, we'll be linking it down below. Really cool. And yeah, anything else on it, Dan?
No, yeah, I thought it was great, and looking to reducing food waste.
Yeah.
That's the message to take away from it.
Yeah.
But,